Alright, welcome back on my channel. Let's have a look at a few more cars I've located today. Obviously, as always, we're looking at the Copart UK. We're looking at the cars not older than 10-year-old, automatic gearbox, and something I would probably consider buying myself. Okay, well, let's have a look at it. Okay, the first interesting find I managed to locate is this 2019 Range Rover Sport. This is post-facelift car, which means the new headlights, new rear lights. Good looking car, in my opinion. They're not very famous for their reliability, but let's look at the details. 2019, 54,000 miles on it, 3-litre diesel, so this is the most popular option choose in terms of a Range Rover Sport. £45,000 estimated value. 8 gears auto, as always. The car starts, doesn't drive. There is a little bit of weird situation over here with the suspension. The left side is raised, the right one doesn't look so much, but we'll get to it. At this moment in time, the car is bidded on a £10,000 only, with the 21 hours left. So let's have a look at the car. I cannot see any damage in front of the vehicle, probably apart from a normal standard damages you'll see in the car, which is 4-year-old, so some tiny scratches and, just usual, which you'll have to take into consideration while buying a car that old. Small scuffs and scratches, nothing you can handle. Then the main damage is focused on the rear right corner, so you cannot see any corner damage, so that's good. The bumper is completely destroyed. Looking at the tailgate, yeah, tailgate is damaged as well massively. I don't know, initially I thought this is part of a bumper, but this is basically part of a tailgate missing, so the tailgate needs to be replaced. The rear right light, it's also missing, so that needs to be replaced. And the corner of the suspension, I think that white thing over here, jammed in over here, it's either the part of that tailgate or this will be the air suspension parts. So let's consider we need to replace the whole corner, whole unit, maybe a new alloy, maybe a new tire as well. So what you could do, you can buy the whole corner as a second-hand part, or you can go to dealer and buy each part individually. I am a more fan of buying the whole units rather than car parts which are not genuine. So if you're on a budget, I would advise just find the whole corner, put it on, it should be fine. You've got also missing trim on a door. Obviously, all of that will need spraying. And the left corner is all intact, that's good. I'm a little bit concerned about that suspension being raised so much, but if you think about it, you've got damage over here, air suspension definitely on those Range Rovers, so everything should be repairable. If you'll replace all of that suspension over here, then probably you'll have to go from some sort of adaptation procedure or something like that just to get it back on the ground. There is no airbags deployed to my knowledge, and in general it looks very, very clean. So would I buy it? Yeah, I definitely would consider that. Those cars are really, really popular here in the UK, so it should be fairly easy to sell. And the damage is not something I would be very concerned about. There is no structural damage, although you've got the structural damage category, but that indicates that damage probably is being estimated based not on the actual damage, but more on the value. So that were our first car, Range Rover Sport. Good looking car, nice damage, something I personally prefer in terms of damages in the cars. That's what I would aim for. Easy repair. So next car we're looking at, it's this modern looking NX 300h. I really do like those Lexuses. This is built on RAV4, which means in terms of reliability should be really, really good. Quite good looking. We don't have to go through the details of the damage because you can see it straight away, but let's go through the details of the car first. 29,000 miles run and drive, surprisingly run and drive. This is 2.5-litre hybrid, which is really, really nice, very sought after. The damage is to the front right corner and central front. You can tell straight away this hit the post. definitely. So you've got the whole front to replace. If you will find the auction on eBay where you can get hold of the whole front as a complete unit, probably for about £2,500 you can get all the parts from a one car, put it on. This is genuine parts we're talking about, so you've got no issues with lining up anything, and then just get it sprayed and the car is back on the road. This is a run and drive car, 29,000 miles, so I believe this could be potentially a very, very good deal. Unfortunately, I cannot see if there are any airbags deployed. Nothing on the first glance, but take this into consideration. There might be some issues over there. Yeah, I would definitely buy that if the price will be right. And at this moment in time, it's £3,500 with 21 hours left and £11,000. Buy it now. I would say this might be potentially a very, very good deal. If you'll find the whole lot of the parts available, you'll be sound then. What we've got over here, it's an iX3 M Sport. So this is an electric BMW X3. I believe this car been used in one of the Marvel films, but I'm not quite sure was that actually this model. Well, regardless of this, the car is from 2022, only 16,000 miles of done it. This is run and drive. There is no visible damage to it, but it says it's a biohazard chemical. So let's have a look. Close to £7,000. Again, the auction ends tomorrow, but the VAT will be applied to it. So let's consider 20% on top of whatever you're going to bid. There is no visible damage to the car. At least nothing I could locate when I initially had a look at it. This is a new shape as well in terms of BMW X3s. So fairly good looking car. Quite like them. Digital dashboard, all good. No errors on the dash, which is amazing. And then in terms of the damage, we can see some cables chewed. So this might be some animal, some rodent, which went into the car and went through the cables, still leaving the car in the run and drive condition. But again, another photo shows, first of all, that there is some of the isolation torn apart, and then the second thing is there are some indications that the cables are stripped over here. So I would assume there might be some electrical work need to be done on it. Apart from that, it doesn't look like it's damaged. £35,000 value might be potentially a good deal. The car is from Belfast, and that also indicates that the price will be lower because some people don't like buying a car from Ireland and bringing them over to UK. So if you're looking at a good deal in an electric car yourself, maybe consider. Well, the last one today, as I'm trying to keep those videos a little bit shorter, it's the Ford Fiesta ZTEC 2018. I don't know if that's how you're pronouncing it, ZTEC. I have no idea. So this is the budget option for whoever will consider buying a car for himself. 2018, 61,000 miles on it, 1 litre EcoBoost 6-speed auto. They're not the most reliable options, but again, the Fiesta is like the most popular first car for new drivers in the UK. So let's have a look how much potentially it could cost you to build one of those if you'll decide to go for a budget and basically buy it from Copart damaged. The front bumper needs to be replaced, but let's go through the details of the damage in a second. First, details of the car. 61,000 miles, £8,900 of overall value, run and drive. At this moment in time, £2,200, but you have to take into consideration that will be more because the auction runs in 20 hours. So damage-wise, a little bit of damage to the front where you need a brand new bumper, although this will be repairable. You can see straight away the bumper bracket snapped off, so you might need to consider buying that brand new. It's usually between 20-50 quid if you'll go to a dealer, so I will definitely consider replacing that with a brand new original part. Everything else might be just repairable. The grille I would replace, although it doesn't look like it's cracked, it might be, probably needs repairing. There is a small crack in the bumper which is repairable, but also what you can do, you can buy the whole shell of the bumper and transfer all the plastics. If you're really on a budget, I would just get that repaired. You can find those places which are dealing with the welding plastics. Remember, this is not a safety feature. The bumper is not a safety feature. It's only purely visual and protecting the car itself, not yourself. So if you get that repaired, it will be safe for yourself. Headlight scratched, Probably repairable. Nowadays, what you can do, you can actually repair the headlights by polishing them off and then using those magic kettles to cover up with a new layer of a plastic. So this is repairable. In worst scenario, if you'll see the looks missing or broken, just replace the headlight. There is so many of those on eBay available nowadays because the car is so popular. Again, the car is run and drive. We're looking at the right corner is intact. The rear right corner intact, the rear left corner is damaged. So we need a new quarter. Let's put the HD. We need a new quarter, new bumper bracket, new bumper, and new tailgate, plus probably a rear light. Might be a little bit too much for that value, but if that'll go for $2,500 on the auction tomorrow, then I would still probably buy that. The corner will cost you about £500, the bumper another £500, that gives you £1,000, probably £150 for a light, another £150 for a tailgate, that gives you £800 in the parts. Then rewelding that corner, if you'll decide to replace, and I would advice to replace, will cost you another £300 plus spraying. So overall you might spend £4,000 on repair of this car, so be careful when you're buying a car like that on Copart. So yeah, that were the last car today. I am working on a little bit bigger video now, as I wanna change a little bit from our reviews of an auctions. So what I'm gonna be doing is review the auction once, twice a week. And then in the meantime, I'm going to be working on other videos like the special projects, or if I'll decide to buy a car myself, I'll try to get some sort of a record of it and how I'm progressing with everything. So stay tuned. Thank you very much for watching. I know they're not the easiest to watch. If you've got any sort of a feedback to me, please feel free to put a comment below. And also, if you're feeling particularly nice today, subscribe. There will be definitely more of those videos, and I'm promising I will definitely put more attention on how to improve and to make them a little bit easier for you to watch. So thank you very much for staying, and see you next time.